Hey, welcome back to True Healing Success, you guys. Well, today I wanted to talk about when people say that they are spiritual. Ding, 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 watch out. That's what that means to me. So I'm sitting here and I'm watching and paying attention to what goes on in this world. And I'm seeing a lot of things, and I'm just like, we have to start alerting people all around because you have so many entities that's walking on this planet that we definitely need to be aware about. And as me being the woman that I am, I like to let you guys know things so you can be aware. That's the whole purpose of my channel. I like to put things out there. If you catch it, hopefully you do. And if you don't, I hope you one day catch it, go back and watch it or whatever. So, speaking of when people say that they are spiritual, you have to be careful because there are many spirits walking on this earth. I mean, many spirits. And I say I'm spiritual, but I tell any and everybody, my spirit comes from the Father above, the Creator. So when somebody say they spiritual before, I used to be like, oh, okay, me too. And at the end of the day, you might come in somebody's house, they're burning sage. No, if you do that, then so be it. You got people burning candles and different little remedies to get stuff going and so forth. So I'm just putting this video out so I can warn you guys what to look for and what to watch out for. So the first one is a spiritual vulnerability. Okay, excuse me. So what I'm noticing is a lot of people is trying to find themselves in all the wrong ways. Meaning, of course, you know not to play with no Ouija board. Of course, you know not to play with, witch games and stuff like that because it may look like it's fun or it's a joke, but in reality, you don't know the spiritual realm. So please be clear of that. Let your kids know. Don't play with stuff like that because a lot of things are not talked about these days with these kids as to when I was growing up, we knew not to play with them things about Jumanji and stuff like that. So just keeping it aware. When you open yourself up to all these different things, and you just yes, it's good to be open minded, but when you don't know what you're opening yourself up to, anything can come in. So being that said is like you open yourself up, like some of the stuff that I'm about to show you on these video clips that I have. You open yourself up and you letting these wrong spirits come inside you, and then you wondering like why you changed and why you this, and you don't know how to release them or whatever it boils down to. So now you all tied up. So again, don't be vulnerable to any spirit. Test spirits, understand what you're doing it for. And my grandmother always told me, you don't just do something to do it, know what you're doing it for. And I tell anybody, know what you're doing a lot of things for, because at this day and time, a lot of things can hinder your spirit. So the second thing is enticing your ego. Enticing your ego. So when you are when you are trying to grab a hold to these negative entities, for one, it will boost up your ego and make you feel like, oh, you're this powerful being. You don't need the most high, and you can do whatever you want. And then another thing is it can boost you up and it can lead you to false promises. So, like, again, Satan, he'll be like, oh, I can give you the world. And at the end of the day, he can't give something that do not belong to him, just like a person can't give their soul because it don't belong. It's just an illusion. And we all have to remind ourselves that these things are illusions. So with that being said, don't leave yourself up for don't leave yourself open for spiritual vulnerability. Second thing, don't entice your ego. The third thing is illusion of power, a false sense of power or control. It can lead to a destruction and behavior and or your decisions. So again, if you go into this thing like whatever you believe in, it seems to come about. When they say words is powerful, well, the Father has blessed us to become our own co-creators, and He give us the decision to make whether we're going to do things in righteousness or we're going to do things in just destruction and just sin. So again, if you open yourself up and you connect with something, Of course, if it's going to do something for you, it wants something in return. So again, don't ever feel that these negative spirits are here to help you. Because for one, the only spirit that you need to connect with is the Holy Spirit. A lot of people have been, I would say, misinformed about the real truth of our creator. But do your own research. And he also tell us it's going to be many things that come, many fake prophets that's going to come on this earth and going to tell you many dreams. And if you hear my words, that's why I say read the Bible. If you hear my words, then you'll understand these things because we have so many people coming about. So just like this little guy, who did this occult thing and he got all these people following him. Well, I just found out that one of my nephew's dad's baby moms, she used to follow the guy and he used to tell her, and he's way younger than her. He used to tell her, like, that's stupid if you even think about going to see him. Like, and I'm like, really? Like this stuff, like, you hear about these things, but just seeing how they exist, you like, wow, we really have some sleeping souls. Like people need to wake up and realize a lot of people is doing things for clout, for money, for whatever, just a better life for themselves and not thinking about the things that they're putting out there. Just like I tell these influencers, watch what you put out there, because at the end of the day, we are having people watch us. And that means on Judgment Day, we have to get judged even more because now we have people following us. So again, the power of illusion is definitely a trick. You got Satan, he has tricks and, I don't say miracles, but he has magic, that he performed. And that's why he even said in the Bible, the Most High, he says, in those days, you're going to have people performing, false tricks and of demons and stuff like that. So you have to be very careful on what you're partaking in, because your spirit, like this right here, like that's all we have, and if we're not doing everything, like we have to really fight against we have to fight against the flesh, because the spirit wants us to do right, but the flesh is like, give me whatever I want now. So the flesh, I would say, is like a noun thing, and the spirit is like a forever thing. So keep that in mind. The next one is destructive habits. You're engaging with the realm, of course, and I just talked about this on the previous one, but you're engaging in a realm, and with this realm is nothing that's righteous. It's everything destructive. So when you're like, okay, well, let me go get my palms read. This lady is telling me she can help me with this and help me with this. You guys got to be careful. And I keep talking about these things because it's just so real out here. And you have a lot of kids that don't know because, for one, their parents are not there because of whatever the circumstances is. But when they're running into these other kids that's learning these things, they have to be aware of what they're getting themselves into. A lot of kids get into things because of their friends. So therefore, we definitely have to be cautious and we have to be very careful on what it is that we do. But these things is more so like, they like fire, they like pain, anything to hurt somebody, and why would you want to take on an entity that want to hurt somebody? Because your flesh is all it is being used and is not of the Father. And trust me, they will use you just like they do with all of these other people with money. They use you, and once you're no longer available for to them, then they want the next person. Everybody time run out. Remember that. Um, Also, so that was the fourth thing, destructive habits. And the fifth thing is broken relationships. With these different entities, you may get a spirit in you. Again, it's nothing happy. Okay. They start messing with you and your mom relationship, you and your dad, you and your kids. And by the time you looked up, everybody's just displeased with you. And they don't want nothing to do with you because of something. They like something and changed about this person. You just become angry and just ugly. And I'm not saying ugly in the face. I'm just talking about the spirit, because at the end of the day, what people don't understand is if you're carrying a wrong spirit, people can see, like, I don't know, I'm not saying everybody, but you have certain people that can see the spirits that's within a person. And sometimes you like, okay, no, that person's not right. I don't know what it is, but I see something in that person that's not right. The sixth thing is a disorientation of purpose. You might lose sight dealing with these people. Oh, well, come to me, let me read your palms, I can help you, and all this other stuff. As I've been doing my research, they're really talking to the spiritual realm that the Father has put down here that fell. And what people don't understand is I had a lady come to me and basically she do herbs. And I want to tell everybody, make sure you know the products that you're buying. Not the products that you're buying for one, and the people that you're buying them to, if you can help it, because we have a lot of people that's playing with these things and they're making products along the way. And we don't know, like this liquid death. Like I said, this lady, she makes herbs and stuff. So when people think that they're doing something or, just fighting for a cause or helping out, you're getting used and you're getting spells and stuff trying to be put on you. And what I came to realize is with the Father Spirit, that is our hedge of protection. And I'm not lying to you. So when you got all these people trying to cast different little spells out and do different demonized things, like just be aware, because if we don't pray often every day, then 9 times out of 10, like we're lower in our own what should I say, our own our guards, you know? So prayer does wonders and miracles. I don't say magic, but he definitely do miracles. Like when you pray, please understand that, do it, because you don't know how much you're saving yourself, because there's a lot of things that our eyes can't see. We only see in the 3D, but now we're starting to see 4D, and I don't even know what 5D look like, but oh my goodness, I don't. These eyes, please just bless them. So yes, you don't want different things coming in to break up your relationships, and not just that, but it could be business, you know, because now we done conjured up something. Oh, now we want to hit a certain goal. We done Father done blessed us to see 100,000. Now we want 300,000, and or 300 million, whatever the case might be. But no, put a limit on it. Like money is not your happiness. Your happiness is making sure that you can live this world with peace, a peace of mind, and you can do what you need to do according to your will and your purpose. So the seventh thing is negative attachments. I've noticed when you attach yourself to these things, your whole mind changes. Like the thing literally use your whole mind. It's more like you have no control over your body. You say the darnest things. You don't care what come out your mouth. It's just like whatever I say, whatever I go. Well, really and truly it is, because you have invited something that's not supposed to be in your body. And you invited this thing to inhabit there and take over. And now you're trying to figure out, why you feel depressed as a person. When you do have the short time to go back into your human self, why do you feel these things, and what's going on? And now you feel like, now you got to get all these tattoos, or you got to dye your hair all these crazy colors, and you just got to do all these things just to feel some type of way, and it don't even amount up to anything. After it's done, you go back to feeling the same exact way, which caused people to drink and do drugs and all this other stuff. So again, please be aware of when people say they are spiritual and they trying to do all these things to you, because at the end of the day, the devil do like to test, and he want to see who falls. So trust me, there's a lot of illusions going on, and it's not going to stop no time soon. If anything, it's going to get worse. So I am here to tell you guys, I need you guys to be aware. Let your kids know, let your parents know, even this thing about sexual intercourse. Do you know that if a person have a wrong spirit, they can ingest something and you do that? Like everybody's just like, oh, have this, have this. Oh yeah, we this, we these, all these type of, pronouns, and, do what you want to do. We live in the world, you only got one life to live. That's a lie. I don't believe that, because if you believe that, you are going to live in this one life. Okay, I have another life to live. I'm going to be a queen, like an empress as I am, and I'm going to have fun. Like I'm going to love the Father and everything that he has to offer. This is not my destination place. So with that being said, please be aware of any and everybody who's basically telling you guys that, oh, they could help you and they could do this and they could do that. I also had a nephew that passed away within like the past 2 years. I want to say 2.5 years. And, his baby mom, I guess she went to go get her palms read. And she would just basically like, oh yeah, the lady said this and the lady said that. And I'm looking like, are you really telling me what some demon done said? Like, I don't want to hear this. Well, she knew everything. And how did she know this? I'm just like, I said, you better stop for somebody end up cursing you, you know? And it's like, thank the Father she been, you know, reading her Bible and, you know, finding the Most High and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's like what these people is saying that, honey, they need the money. They got to pay bills just like we do. And if they know all these things, why their bills not paid already, you know, why their life is not so good. Like most of them stay in dark places, real crazy, creepy places. And like that's not of the Father to be in no creepy place. Like y'all, please be aware. I'm trying to figure out like why when you go in, or you see these different people, they got candles and it's dark, you know, and they got these glowing lights. That's like, you know, from well, I'm not gonna say glowing lights, but you know, from the candles, it's just like how is this? Like, what are you doing? So I want y'all to be aware because your body is sensing what's right and what's wrong. And I do see a lot of people like one minute they letting people, you know, do it on TV and stuff, and then you have those that's like, oh, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, thank you, Father, they're not doing that because y'all don't even understand what type of world y'all will open yourself up to. The Father have cursed our ancestors, and another reason why we are here in slavery, captivity, is because we do not listen. Everybody say, oh, call on other gods, but then you say, oh, I believe in God. No, honey, it's not singular. Okay. Y'all believe in plural. And I'm trying to figure out like what is this helping us with? Oh well, yeah. The what was it for the Haitian Revolutionary War? Yes, they did magic, but it was not of our creator. So at the end of the day, who did y'all run to? Remember, there's a right side and there's a left side. So I want y'all to understand, stay clear, okay, of the right side. Don't mess with that left side. Like, no, that's not the side we're supposed to enter into. And if you do, like you have a whole life that's opening up for you of chaos and drama, and you don't know what's gonna come your way. Spiritual stagnation, that's the eighth one. Prolong in your true spiritual growth and to keep you away from your spiritual mind. So yes, they're gonna have you do anything and everything because for one, they don't know the Father, they don't know the Bible, they don't know who He's coming, or if they do have a feeling, it's still an illusion. So He'll give them just a little bit because everybody here in this world, okay, have a purpose to do, whether it's good or whether it's bad. You still have a purpose. Everybody have a duty to fulfill. So yes, the Father do cause illusions on people. Why do you think people do things to their kids that you like what? Or people do things to their parents and you like what? Or people just do stuff to themselves and you like, okay, what's going on now? So again, you do have different entities that's using people. Think about when people get on stage and they doing all this crazy nonsense. So now I'm about to play something because I found this very interesting and this went to my topic. So I said, let me go ahead and put it up. First, this one is Terrence Howard. And then listen to what comes out of his mouth.
They walk off with
What the science is showing us is the universe appears to
I apologize, you guys. I apologize. Once this commercial go over, then I'll let y'all look back at it because I'm like, this is crazy.
like preparing because I've heard you say a couple of things in other interviews, and I want to ask you about that because I did some acting and studying acting, and you said something I've never really heard a lot of actors say about the process of acting, and you said that sometimes when you walk off, they walk off with your clothes. Yeah. Can you explain that?
He said in the process of acting, sometimes when you walk off set, they walk off with your clothes. I don't know if he's talking about the character that you play walks off with your clothes, or the spirits. I don't know. Let's get into it. Let's figure out what he's saying. I feel like, am I talking too much, y'all? Y'all, you could be honest in the comments.
so on. Now,
Right.
a lot of people sit up there and do impersonations of other folks,
Mm-hmm.
instead of allowing that spirit, but I sit up and I'll pray for a little bit and go in a dark place,
Mm-hmm.
go in the bathroom, turn off the lights, look in the mirror. Um, we'll have the light on at first, and then after 1 minute, turn the light off and search until you see your own glow, your own aura,
Mhm.
and then you watch it change.
Wow.
And it's a scary thing
Yeah.
because you'll feel like some hands are on you,
Wow.
and you lose a little bit of control of what you're doing. But if you stay with it, you'll be inhabited by something, and then you walk out, and the character's
Wow.
with you, and you got to know how to say goodbye to it.
Right.
If you
Okay. Oh,
That's crazy. Like, really and truly, that's sick. And just to think that I wanted to act, just to think that I